Dear friends, welcome to this session. Today we are going to discuss about a encryption technique, that is transposition technique. Here let us have a look on symmetric encryption technique. There are two basic building blocks of all encryption techniques. So one is substitution technique and other one will be transposition techniques. Now we will see what is substitution technique. A substitution technique is one in which the letter of plain text are replaced by another letters, then the result will be the ciphertext. So in substitution technique, each and every alphabet that is present in the plain text will be replaced by another alphabet letter. The resulting will be the ciphertext. Now we will see another technique, that is transposition technique. In transposition techniques, the order or position of the letter present in the plain text will be altered or changed. That means each and every alphabet present in the plain text will be, the position will be altered. So the output will be the ciphertext. Now let us have a look on the important factors of encryption technique. The first one will be plain text. So this is the message that is to be sent from sender to receiver. This may be message or data or information. So this can be created by the sender and send it to the receiver. The next one will be the ciphertext. The encrypted version of the plain text will be ciphertext. So sender sends the message as encrypted message. After receiving the encrypted message, the receiver has to decrypt. Then only the receiver gets the original message. Another one will be the encryption. The process of converting plain text into ciphertext is called as encryption. For each and every encryption, there should be a key. So using key only, encryption will take place. So this can be done by the sender. The another factor will be decryption. The process of converting the ciphertext into plain text is called as decryption. So here also the receiver has to use the key, then only he can able to decrypt the message. After decrypting the message only, the receiver came to know the original message. Now we will discuss about the concept of cryptography. The arts and science of keeping data secure is called as cryptography. That means the sender has to send the data in a secure manner to the receiver. That means after sending the message by the sender and before receiving the message by the receiver, there should not be any modification. So in general, modification is done by the hackers. So there may be chance of disturbing or modifying the data in between the communication. So we have to make sure that the data travels from sender to receiver in a secure manner. So by sending the message or data in a secure manner is called as cryptography. Next, we will see the concept of cryptanalysis. The process of analyzing the ciphertext and attempting to discover the original message, that is plain text message, is called as cryptanalysis. So, using the concept of cryptanalysis, one can able to find out the original message. So, cryptanalysis, the person who perform the process of cryptanalysis is called as cryptanalyst. Next, we will see the important factor of the cryptography, that is secret key. Secret key is a secret information used for encryption as well as decryption. So, without key, no one can able to encrypt or decrypt. So, this is a secret information. So, we called as secret key. Different transposition techniques are available. Among that, we will see the 4 important techniques of transposition techniques. So, number 1 will be rail fence technique. Number 2, simple columnar transposition technique. Then number 3 will be simple columnar transposition technique with multiple rounds, and the last one will be the Varnum cipher. Now we will discuss here the first technique of transposition technique, that is a rail fence technique. Rail fence technique is the simple transposition technique which involves writing plain text as a sequence of diagonals and then reading it row by row to produce the ciphertext. Here, the plain text will be arranged in the zigzag manner, that is, each and every letter in the alphabet from the plain text will be arranged in the zigzag manner, that is, one letter will be up and another will be down. So another letter will be up, another will be down. Likewise, we have to arrange all the alphabet that is present in the plain text as a zigzag manner. After writing, we have to read the concept, that is plain text, into row wise. So first we have to read the first row, after that we have to read the second row. The resulting will be the ciphertext. Now we will see the algorithm steps. Step number 1, write down all the characters of plain text message in a sequence of diagonals. Step number 2, read the plain text written in step 1 as a sequence of rows. Here we will see one example of rail fencing techniques, that is, how rail fencing technique can be implemented. Here we are taking the plain text as include L pace awesome. Then we have to write the alphabet present in the plain text in a zigzag manner, that is, the alphabet I will be up, then the next alphabet N will be down, third alphabet C will be up, fourth alphabet L will be down. Likewise, we have to arrange all the alphabet present in the plain text as a zigzag manner. Then we have to read row by row. So the first row contains the alphabet letters of I, C, U, E E P S W S M. Then the second row contains the alphabet letters of N, L, D, H, L, I, A, E, O, E. So we get the ciphertext. So using rail punching technique, the plain text include help is awesome will be converted as the ciphertext of I, C, U, E, E, P, W, S, M, N, L, D, H, L, I, A, E, O, E. So finally you get the ciphertext equivalent of the plain text. Now we will discuss about the second transposition technique, that is simple columnar transposition technique. So we can call it as also basic technique. The simple columnar transposition technique simply arranges the plain text in a sequence of rows of a rectangle and read it in a column manner. The important thing to be noted here is, for reading the message, it needs not to be in the order of columns. It can be any random sequence. Now we will see the algorithm steps. Step number 1. Write all the characters of plain text message row by row in a rectangle of predefined size. Step number 2. Read the message in a column manner, that is column by column. Then step number 3. The resultant message is the ciphertext message. Now we will see the example of simple columnar transposition techniques. So let us assume that plain text is include help is awesome, and we need to calculate the ciphertext using a simple columnar transposition technique. Now let us take 4 columns and arrange the plain text in a row-wise manner. Now decide the column order for reading the message. Let us assume 1, 3, 2, 4 is an order. Now read the message in a column manner using the decided order. That is, the first column contains the alphabet of I, U, E, S, S, and the second column contains the alphabet letters of N, D, L, A, O. Then the third column contains the alphabet letters of C, E, P, W, M. Then the last column, that is fourth column, contains the alphabet letters of L, H, I, E, E. Then finally we get the output as ciphertext, that is the ciphertext will contain the alphabet letters of I, U, E, S, S, C, E, P, W, M, N, D, L, A, O, L, H, I, E, E. Now we will discuss about the third transposition technique, that is simple columnar transposition techniques with multiple rounds. Simple columnar transposition technique with multiple rounds is the same as the basic technique. The only difference is in multiple rounds we iterate the process multiple times. Now we will see the algorithm steps. Step number 1. Write all the characters of plain text message row by row in a rectangle of predefined size. Step number 2. Read the message in a columnar manner, that is column by column. Step number 3. The resultant message is ciphertext. Step number 4. Repeat the procedure from step 1 to step 3 many times as desired. The important thing to be noted here is, for reading the message, it needs not to be in the order of columns. It can be by any random sequence. Now we will see the examples of simple columnar transposition technique with multiple rounds. Now let us assume that the plain text is include LPs have some, and we need to calculate the ciphertext using a simple columnar transposition technique. Now let us take a columns and arrange the plain text by row wise. Then we get the first row contains the alphabet of INCL. Then the second row contains the alphabet of UDEH. Then the third row contains the alphabet of ELPI. The fourth row contains SAWE as a alphabet. Then the last row, that is fifth row, contains the alphabet letters of SOME. Then decide the column order for reading the message. Let us assume 4, 1, 3, 2 is an order. Now read the message in a column manner using the decided order. Then we get the first column contains the alphabet of IUESS. The second column contains NDLAO. Third column contains CEPWM, and the fourth column contains the alphabet of LHIEE. Now we have to read the message in a column manner using the decided order. Here the order will be 4, 1, 3, 2. So these are the order of the column to be read. So we have to read the alphabet that is fourth column, that is LHIEE. Then we have to read the alphabet that contains in the column number 1, IUESS. Then we have to read the alphabet that contains in the third column, that is CEPWM. Then we have to read the alphabet that is present in the second column, that is NDLAO. At last we get the ciphertext. So the ciphertext contains the alphabet of LHIEE, IUESS, CEPWM, NDLAO. Now coming to the second round, let us perform step 1 to step 3 one more time. That is, step 1. Write all the characters of plain text message row by row in a rectangle of predefined size. Step number 2. read the message in a column manner, that is column by column. Step number 3. The resultant message is ciphertext. Here, let us assume that plain text to be taken here is LHIEESSCEPWMNDLAO. So this is the output of the first round. So we have to take the output of the first round as input of the second round. Now we used to calculate the ciphertext using a simple columnar transposition techniques. Let us take 4 columns and arrange the plain text by row wise. So after arranging the message in row wise, the first row contains the alphabet of LHIE. Second row contains the alphabet of EIUE. Third row contains SSCE. Fourth row contains PWMN. The fifth row contains DLAO. Now decide the column order for reading the message. Let us assume 4, 1, 3, 2 is an order. Now read the message in a column manner using the decided order, that is 4, 1, 3, 2 is an order. Now we have to read the message in column manner, that is the first column contains the alphabet of LESPD. The second column contains the alphabet of HISWL. Fourth column contains IUCMA. The fourth column contains EENO. Then we have to read the message in column manner. So first we have to read the alphabet that contains in the fourth column, that is EENO. Then we have to read the first column's alphabet, that is LESPD. Then we have to read the alphabet that contains in the third column, IUCMA. Then we have to read the alphabet that is present in the second column, that is HISWL. At last, the resultant will be the ciphertext. So, the ciphertext contains the alphabet EEENO, LESPD, IUCMA, HISWL. Now, in the second iteration, the order of the column will be 4, 1, 2. So we get the ciphertext. Then continue the same procedure if more iteration is required. Now we will see the fourth type of transposition technique, that is Vernam cipher. A subset of Vernam cipher is called a one-time pad because it is implemented using a random set of non-repeating characters as an input ciphertext. The important thing to be noted in the Vernam cipher is once the input ciphertext is used for transposition, it never used for any other message. The length of input ciphertext must be equal to the length of plain text. Now we will see the algorithm steps. Step number 1. Arrange all the characters in the plain text as a number, that is A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 2 up to z equal to 25. Step number 2. Repeat the same procedure for all the characters of input ciphertext. Step number 3. Add each number corresponding to the plaintext characters to the corresponding input ciphertext character number. Step number 4. If the sum of the numbers is greater than 25, then subtract 26 from it. Then step number 5. Translate each number of the sum into the corresponding characters. Step number 6. The output of step 5 will be a ciphertext. In VNM cipher, once the input ciphertext is used, it will never be used for any other message. Hence, it is suitable only for short messages. Now, we will see the examples of VNM cipher. Our message is include ELF, that is INCLUDEHELP, and input ciphertext is ATQXRZWOBYV. Now, the plain text contains the letters INCLUDEHELP. Now we have to write the equivalent of the alphabet present in the plain text. We get the numbers 8, 13, 2, 11, 20, 3, 4, 7, 4, 11, 15. Then we have to write the input ciphertext, that is the alphabets are A, T, Q, X, R, Z, W, O, B, Y, V. Then we have to write the equivalent number of the alphabet present in the ciphertext. We get the number as 0, 19, 16, 23, 17, 25, 22, 14, 1, 24, 21. Then we have to add the numbers from plain text to ciphertext. We get the numbers as 8, 32, 18, 34, 37, 28, 26, 21, 5, 35, 36. Then we have to subtract 26 if the number is greater than 25. Then we get the numbers as 8, 6, 18, 8, 11, 2, 0, 21, 5, 9, 10. Then we have to write the equivalent of the alphabet using the number. Then we'll get the alphabet as I, G, S, I, L, C, A, V, F, J, K. So this is the ciphertext. So if we use the message as INCLUDEHELP and input ciphertext as ATQXRZW OBYV, by using VNM cipher, get the ciphertext as IGSILCAVFJK. Thank you for listening this video lecturer. Thank you.